Hello everyone. Today I will demo how my self-healing or self-building API works. Self-healing is a concept from container orchestration where, for example, Kubernetes will self-heal a service with bad state by replacing or routing its traffic to a new container with the same service. With language models, this concept is now possible within the realm of APIs. Let's jump into the demo and see how that works. This is my app.py. As you can see, there's only two routes here. One is a variable based route, so route could be anything. The second one is an API info, right? API info basically gets me the current function that is running. Let me clear the functions I built before this. So if I go into post call, all this is going to do is call my localhost 5000 with get top archive articles. Now, as you can see, this is not an endpoint within my API. Let's see how this gets handled. There we go. So within a few seconds, it creates its own code, which is get top archive articles. That is going to be the name of our endpoint. And it figures out all the code, doesn't import any external libraries, and just builds out a basic feature for me, which would have taken me a long time, right? So what it's doing is it's going into archive, putting that search query and using the API to get all of it, and then giving back my results. So as you can see here, these are my results. Now, the problem here is, let's say I don't want max results to be 5. I actually want to give it my own n, and then by default it should be 5 if I do not provide it. So that is this next query, right? And here what I do is I give it a description. Function takes query and n as params, and then n is the number of articles to be returned, which is defaulted to 10, right? And the query is going to be the same. Now let's see how my function will react. So also notice that my URL here is get top archive articles n. And there we go, right? So because I did not specify an n in my query, it gave me all 10 results back. And if you want to see the code, it's going to be this, where in params it has n and it has query. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. The first time it ran, the code gets generated for this. But the next time you run it, it actually gets, because it's a function with code, you don't have to generate that code again. So now the second time I run it, it's super quick, right? It comes up pretty quickly. And that is because we have that function there. And now if I go to API info, I can see we have two functions in our roster of functions. So a quick note on what I just demoed. There's two types of errors that an API can have. One is developer error, and the second is user error. So a user or client error is when your client has incorrect information and gives that to your API. It should not be processed in the first place. But a developer error is error in your API logic. So that is what a self-healing API would do, is it'll go in and fix that developer logical error within your API. Thank you.